One of the worst skills to train in this game is agility. It might not be the worst, but it's definitely one of them. Run energy is another thing in this game that I think is outdated and could definitely do with some changes. I'm going to propose these to you now in this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Like and subscribe while you're there if you enjoy the content. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Grinds That Grind My Gears. Now, I don't really have a problem with the way agility is. I think the shortcut system is great. I don't like training it. The Hallowed Sepulchre is actually, honestly, really good. I just don't like anything else about the way you train agility. Rooftops do suck. So here is my pitch, Jagex, and hear me out before you make a final decision, guys. What do you think about this? Members only, remove run energy from the game. The core idea of it, at least. So you still have 100 run energy, but it doesn't drain. So you run from Lumbridge to Varrock to Falador to Camelot, back to Falador, and then to Port Sarim, and you don't use any run energy at all. That sounds great. A lot of people are going to be concerned though. What about stamina potions? What about Graceful? What about my 200 mil agility XP? I've got a solution for you. Don't worry, I've got a fix. Run energy still drains in the following areas, and feel free to add to it if you want. The wilderness. As soon as you enter the wilderness, or go to a PvP world, run energy acts as normal. That way PvP is not affected, run energy is still a factor, and stamina potions are still something you need to consider when it comes to PvP or any wilderness content. Hallowed Sepulchre, running rooftops, blast furnace, pest control, barbarian assault, chambers of Xeric, theater of blood, TOA, inferno, fight caves. Anywhere you would predominantly be using staminas and slash or graceful still affects as normal. The run energy still is affected like normal. So you don't have to worry about people not using staminas in Blast Furnace. They absolutely are still going to. If you're in an instance, God Wars Dungeon. I'm not sure why I said God Wars Dungeons, because I'm also going to add on top of that, in combat. If you enter combat, if an NPC attacks you, if you go to Karamja and an Ooga Booga jumps out and stabs you with his stick, you start losing run energy. Starts draining as normal. But as soon as you're out of combat, it stops draining and starts regenerating again. That way, being in combat still affects your run energy, and that way you go to God Wars Dungeon and you still have to use staminas to run circles around Bandos, or run circles around Commander Ziliana, run under Krill. You still have to use staminas. So the usage of staminas for the most part doesn't actually change. Now, I know a lot of main accounts might be against this idea because Ironman needing 77 for staminas, if they didn't need to rely on that for questing, it's going to really impact the way main accounts play the game. Somehow they'll find a way to complain about it, which is why I think it should be members only. That way main accounts, you can at least say, well, free to players don't have it, and you can shut the fuck up. The reason I think this would be a great quality of life proposal and potential update is that I think run energy is outdated. It has no use in the game but to just be annoying. If it still affects you in combat, in the wilderness and PvP areas, or an area where stamina potions are pretty heavily relied on, like the Blast Furnace, or where run energy is a core necessity for time, like the Hallowed Sepulchre, I think it is great to keep the run energy system in those places. Keep it in the Inferno, where it drains as well if you're attacked by a bat. Keep it in fight caves, where people are trying to speedrun. In chambers, where people are trying to do Olm. In Tob and TOA, like raids, where run energy is quite essential and something you need to manage. But you don't need to manage it when you're walking from Lumbridge to Draenor Village. You really don't, regardless of your weight. I don't think it is a bad idea to suggest removing run energy from the game, provided you're not under certain circumstances of combat, instance, minigame, etc. Obviously, this could go into greater detail, and if I don't, I'm sure someone better than me could come up with a better concept on paper to really flesh it out and explain it better. But if you like the idea of this, feel free to let me know down below in the comment section. Even if you don't, leave it down there. But if you do, feel free to share it around and let people know, let as much people in the game know as possible that this is a potential idea. Let's get Jagex onto it to at least propose it and see what they think of the situation. I've had the amazing opportunity to make numerous quality of life changes to this game, and I'd love for this to be another one, or at least for us to try. So feel free to spread the message, let other people know. Hopefully Jagex pays attention, or at least is able to see where I'm coming from and meet us in the middle, or at least even just pitch it, propose it, or say no. A response would be awesome. So that's my proposal. I think agility should be reworked to make life better, not worse. This will be better for not just current players, but new players too, because run energy does suck and it is annoying having to walk. Stamina potions will still have value and still be something that people will rely on in the game, because the core features of where they're used will still be 100% relevant. My name is KINGCONDOR, guys, and this is another episode of Grinds that grinds my gears. Have a good night. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.